Hi, Gregory Klump here, Chief Economist with the Canadian Real Estate Association, with more news on national housing activity over multiple listing service systems of Canadian real estate boards and associations for February of 2012. Your local realtor is your best source of information about what's going on in your specific local housing market, where trends may differ from national ones. I'm talking national results, starting with sales activity. On a seasonally adjusted basis, that is, after netting out normal seasonal factors, the number of homes changing hands in February rebounded by 1.4% from the previous month. That rebound recoups about 1/3 of the monthly decline in activity in January. Activity rose in about half of local markets in February, with increases posted in a number of major urban centres. Having looked at the demand side of the housing market equation, let's take a look at the supply and market balance side. After netting out normal seasonal variations, the number of newly listed homes also rebounded by almost 2% on a month-over-month basis in February. That rebound reflects a rally in new listings in Toronto and Montreal, Canada's two most active markets. The rebound in new listings there offset a retreat in new listings in Vancouver, Canada's third largest market. Since sales and new listings both rose, the national sales to listings ratio was little changed in February at 53.3%, keeping it firmly entrenched in balanced market territory. A sales to new listings ratio ranging between 40 and 60% commonly signifies balanced market conditions, with above and below that range describing a seller's and buyer's market respectively. Compared to the previous month, there were more buyer's markets and fewer seller's markets. The number of months of inventory is another important measure of housing market balance, and it represents the number of months it takes to sell current inventories at current rate of sales activity. It stood at 5.9 months at the end of February on a national basis, which is unchanged from the previous month. And lastly, let's take a look at average price. The actual, that is, not seasonally adjusted, national average price for homes sold in February stood at almost $372,800, which is up 2% from the same time last year. The high level for average prices early this year and last year obscures some important differences. In February of 2011, the national average price was stretched upward by a spike in high-end home sales activity in some of Vancouver's priciest neighbourhoods. I said before that a replay of that was not in the cards, and data for February of 2012 bear this out. However, there are other important factors boosting the national average price. The main one is Toronto's housing market, where a tight balance between supply and demand continues to drive some of the strongest price gains in the country, particularly for single-family homes. I'll have more to say about price trends when I'm back to talk about the MLS Home Price Index for February, so stay tuned.